What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. And today it's not a normal video that I'm doing because I always do Swindon videos, but today we're going to be simulating the World Cup 5 times to see which countries win it. So literally anything can happen in this because I've been simulating the World Cup a few times off camera, and I've seen Serbia make it to the finals, I've seen Qatar making it to the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. I literally saw England getting knocked out by Ecuador. It's really rare that it happens in the game, but we'll find out today which teams will win it. So comment down below which country you are from and if they're in the World Cup this year, and let's get into the video. So as you can see all these groups here from like Group A all the way down to Group H. I'm gonna look at every group and then tell you guys which countries I'm gonna back for each group. So for Group A, I'm going to back Senegal because I reckon they'll be big underdogs for the World Cup, and I reckon they'll do really well. For Group B, I'm obviously going to back my country England because obviously, like I just said, they're my country where I'm from. Group C is I'm backing Argentina. I just reckon that they'll go on easily in the group. Group D, I'm backing France because obviously the hardest team that they've got in the group is Denmark, but Denmark can make a few shockers in the World Cup, but I'm backing France. Group E, I'm going to back Spain because I think that they'll go on top. So for Group F, I'm actually going to back Morocco here because I actually think that they'll knock out Belgium or Croatia in the group. For Group G, I'm going to put I'm going to say Brazil because I think their group's easy. This game, Serbia can shock a few teams, but I reckon it'll be Brazil and Switzerland going through in this group. I'm backing Portugal for Group H because they've got Ronaldo, they've got Bruno Fernandes, they've got so many other good players, and I think they'll go through easily. So anyway, we've got all these groups here. I've told you who I'm going to back for each group, and let's see which teams will go through. Alright, so we've got Netherlands and Senegal going through, which is pretty much expected. You've got Qatar winning a game against Ecuador. For Group B, we've got England and Ukraine going through. Obviously, the time I'm recording this, Ukraine haven't played against Wales yet, so we're not sure who will go through to the finals yet, but that's who I reckon will go through. Argentina and surprisingly Saudi Arabia are going through. We've got France and Denmark going through for Group D. Pretty much expected, but we've got Spain and Germany going through. I did say Morocco could shock either Croatia or Belgium. They only got knocked out through the goal difference. Pretty unlucky that. We've got Brazil and Serbia going through, and we've got Portugal getting knocked out, and South Korea going to the round of 16. And here's the round of 16 game. So we've got Netherlands, Ukraine, Argentina, Denmark, Spain, Croatia, Brazil, South Korea, England against Senegal, common England, and France against Saudi Arabia, Belgium against Germany, and Uruguay against Serbia. So let's see if any of these games will come out as a big result. So we've got Denmark knocking out Argentina, we've got Croatia knocking out Spain, we've got England going through on penalties, 4-2 against Senegal. Belgium winning 3-2 against Germany, and Serbia knocking out Uruguay. That's why I said you got to look out for Serbia because they can pull out shockers like I said earlier in the video. So we've got the quarterfinals now. The last 8 teams are Netherlands, Denmark, Croatia, Brazil, England, France, and Belgium and Serbia. Yeah, let's see which 4 of these teams will go through in the semi-finals. We've got Denmark going to the semi-finals. We've got Croatia knocking out Brazil. We've got England going through on penalties once again. And we've got Belgium easily beating Serbia 5-1. So we've got Denmark against Croatia, and we've got England against Belgium. In my opinion, I don't think England will go through on this one. I reckon it'll be Belgium, and I reckon it'll be Croatia. So I reckon it'll be Croatia against Belgium in the finals. Wow, so my prediction was right. We got Croatia beating Denmark 4-1, and we got England losing on penalties 4-2. If you do look on their games, they did draw 0-0 3 times in a row. and all of them, England did win two times in a row on penalty, so pretty lucky that they did make it to the semi-finals in the first place. Denmark against England, finals Croatia against Belgium. So let's get into this. Who is the champions of the world? And the answer is Belgium, and we've got England losing their third place game against Denmark. In the game, you got 51st minute, they took the lead, and then they scored the 76th minute goal, and then Croatia getting a goal back to make it 2-1 on the 80th minute, and then they scored a goal on the 89th minute. Winner of the World Cup out of the 5 World Cups we're simulating is Belgium. So now we're back on the group stages for the second tournament. The second time we're going to do this now out of 5. So let's see what happens in the group stages. So we've got Netherlands and Senegal going through again on the group stages. This time we've got England and USA going through. We've got Mexico coming out on top in the group and Argentina going through. Group D, we've got Denmark and France. So we've got Germany and Spain going through, Belgium, Croatia, Brazil, Switzerland, and Uruguay not getting a single point in the World Cup. Wow. So we've got all these last 16 teams in England are against Senegal, and the best game is Belgium against Spain. So will there be any shockers? Let's see. So we've got Netherlands beating America 3-2. And we've got my country England winning 1-0 against Senegal. And Belgium against Spain was 2-1, and Switzerland have knocked out Portugal 2-0. The last 8 teams of the tournament are Netherlands, France, Germany, Brazil, England, Argentina, and Belgium, Switzerland. So we've got France going through to the semi-finals, Brazil beating Germany 1-0, England going through to the semi-finals 2-0, and Belgium will be facing them because they've beat Switzerland 1-0. So the last 4 teams are France, Brazil, England, and Belgium. And Belgium will be competing in the finals once again, potentially could be winning their second tournament in a row against Brazil. So we've got Brazil and Belgium and France and England. So who's going to be the champions of the world? And it's Brazil this time. They've won 2-0 with a 28th minute goal and the 77th minute goal. So as you can see, it was Belgium finishing first, Croatia finishing second, but Denmark finishing third in the first World Cup. But in the second one, it was Brazil, then Belgium, and France. So we have all these teams, you've seen them already. So is there going to be any shockers in the group stage? So we've got Netherlands and Ecuador going through this time. We've got England and America going through once again. Mexico and Argentina, France and Denmark, Germany and Spain, Belgium and Croatia, and Serbia topping the group ahead of Brazil. And finally, what I've expected, with Portugal and Uruguay going through. So here's the round of 16. We've got England facing Ecuador, and we've got Belgium against Spain once again, and we've got Portugal against Brazil. So let's see what happens in these games. So here's the round of 60. We've got Argentina winning 3-2. Is there any shot? Oh, England they're getting knocked out by Ecuador, winning 8-7 on penalties. And the big games, Belgium beating Spain 3-1, and Portugal getting knocked out by Brazil 1-0. Here are the final 8 teams. We've got America, Argentina, Germany, Uruguay, England, France, and Belgium, Brazil. I think that's what happened in the World Cup, in the 2018 World Cup. I think, yeah, Belgium went through. So America are going to the finals, beating Argentina 2-1. England go through. Sadly not, they got knocked out by France. Belgium are going to the semi-finals once again. So here's the last 4 teams. America, surprisingly, Germany, France and Belgium. Just imagine we see America in the finals. So Belgium will be competing the 3rd time in a row in the semi-finals, and Germany will be competing in the finals. Here's the World Cup final, Belgium against Germany. I reckon it'll be a 2-1 win to Belgium. What? So, Germany, champions of the World Cup, after winning 4-0 in the finals. I think that's the biggest win in history. 3 different winners of the World Cup now. We've had Belgium, we've had Brazil, and we've had Germany. So we're now on to the 4th fourth round, and let's see what happens in these group stages. And Qatar have gone through on goal difference, and they'll be loving their first World Cup. England got knocked out on goal difference. They're all on the same goal difference. America 5 points, 1 goal difference. Same for Ukraine and England got knocked out. Oh wow. So we've got Argentina, Mexico going through, France, Denmark, Germany and Spain, Belgium and Morocco are going to their first round of 16 of the video, and Croatia are out. Brazil have got knocked out of the group stages, Serbia and Cameroon, and we've got Uruguay and Portugal. So here is the round of 16. Can't believe it this time. So many teams in this in the tournament already have got knocked out, and it's only the round of 16. Let's see what happens in all these in the round of 16 games. So we've got Netherlands knocking out Ukraine, Belgium, Denmark have knocked out Argentina. So Qatar, I never expected it from not even going through the group stages 3 times in a row out of 3 to making it to the quarterfinals. That's amazing. And we've got Cameroon nearly knocking out Uruguay. It was 2-2 and then 4-3 on penalties to Uruguay. So here's the last 8. Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, Portugal, Qatar, France, and Belgium, Uruguay. What's going to happen? Let's see. So Denmark are going to go to the semi-finals. So is Portugal. And Qatar got knocked out by France 4-0. And Belgium knocking out Uruguay 6-1. So here's your last 4. Denmark, Portugal, France, Belgium. I think this is what that is what happened in the World Cup. And France went through, obviously. So for my prediction, I reckon the finals will be Portugal and France. So it is Portugal and France going through. Portugal winning 3-2 onto the finals now. Portugal and France, I'm going to say 3-0, no, 2-0 to France. What's going to happen? So France have won. They are champions of the world once again. And Belgium have won on penalties in the 3rd place playoffs against Denmark. So guys, we're on to the final round of the video. Has your country already won it yet? Comment down below. But if your country hasn't won it yet, it could change. So we've got Ecuador and Netherlands going through, Ukraine and England, Poland and Argentina, France and Tunisia this time, Germany, Spain, Belgium and Croatia, Brazil, Switzerland, and finally Uruguay and Portugal. So pretty normal so far. No big teams got knocked out just yet. So we've got Ecuador and England playing against each other. We've got Germany, Croatia, Brazil and Portugal, France, Argentina, Belgium, Spain, and Uruguay, Switzerland. So already that's like 4 big teams that are getting knocked out in the round of 16. So we've got England, my country, going through 2-0. We've got Germany winning against Croatia 3-0. Brazil winning against Portugal 4-1. France winning 3-0. And Belgium going through on penalties 5-3. So we've got England, Poland, Germany, Brazil, Ukraine, France, Belgium and Uruguay. And yeah, that's it. Just imagine Ukraine and Poland making it to the finals. That'd be very surprising. So we've got England winning against Poland 3-1. Germany knocking out Brazil 1-0. France winning 4-0 against Ukraine. And Belgium winning 2-0 against Uruguay. So we've got the last 4 teams now. We've got England, Germany, France, Belgium. I'd love to see England in the finals. Let's see. So we've got England winning 3-0 in the semi-finals. And for France, they also won 3-0. They had 32nd minute goal, a 42nd minute goal, and a 64th. So guys, this is it. The final game, final round of the video. England against France. Let's see if England win. Come on. And unfortunately, France have won it 2-0 with a goal on the 47th minute and the one on the 69th. Guys, that's the end of the video. Out of the 5 tournaments that we did simulate, France won 2. So, according to the game, France will be most likely to win the World Cup, and I think that will happen. And the worst team, according to the stats in the game, is Costa Rica. And I don't think they will actually do that bad if they do qualify, because they got their playoff game soon, and I think it's against New Zealand. And I actually think they'll go through and do alright in the World Cup. You guys, comment down below who you reckon will win the World Cup. Hopefully, it is England. So that's the end of the video. If you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 750 subscribers, and it'll mean a lot if we get there. Anyway, have a great day. You know what to do. Chill.